From Sedgefield School Counseling Read Aloud. Our story today involves the mindset of we are connected. The title of our story is The Brand New Kid. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. The Brand New Kid by Katie Couric, illustrated by Marjorie Priceman. Ellie McSnelly and Carrie O'Toole were running and laughing the first day of school was today, and they wondered just what was in store. Would this be a good year, or would school be a bore? They kept fingers crossed they'd be in the same class, and on a big table they had to pass. They checked to find out which room they should go. McSnelly, 240. O'Toole, I don't know. Oh, here it is, dear. You're 240 as well. They squealed with delight. Oh, gee, this was swell. 240 meant they both had Miss Kincaid, the best teacher by far in the whole second grade. They took their seats quickly. Miss Kincaid called the roll. Emily Allen, here. Tyler Antoli, here. Peter Berinsky, Raquel Brooks, here too. She went down the list until she was all through. Then she got to a boy who was not in her book. We have a new student, and they all turned to look. His name's a different one, Laszlo S. Gatsky. He's new to our school in the town of Delaski. Please welcome him here. Won't you all please say hi? But the students just turned and they stared at the new guy. His hair was so blonde, why, it looked almost white. It stuck out all over and it didn't look right. His lips were bright pink, his eyes very blue. He looked at his feet and he fidgeted too. He was quiet at first and he yelled out, "Hello!" His voice booming so loud it made Ellie say, "Whoa!" The other kids laughed. Gee, this new boy was weird. Too different and strange to fit in, they all feared. Now, class, Miss Kincaid said, her voice shrill and tight, let's focus on learning and getting things right. She turned from the students. White chalk was her tool as she wrote, "Welcome back to Brookhaven School." They sharpened their pencils and picked up their books. All morning long they kept shooting him looks. They headed to gym class, a quick softball game. When they went to pick teams, no one mentioned his name. At lunch, Ricky Jensen, who thought he was cool, made everyone laugh when he shouted, "Hey, fool!" As Laszlo was leaving the line with his tray, somebody tripped him and his food. It went every which way. The students all froze as they saw Laszlo's face with french fries and ketchup all over the place. So these first weeks were lonely for this brand new kid. They made fun of him, all that he said and he did. So he kept his head bowed and stopped trying to please and simply prepared for the next taunt and tease. One day after school, Ellie walked out the door and she saw someone she hadn't seen there before. A lady whose face looked so tired and worn. She had tears in her eyes and she seemed so forlorn. "Who is that?" Ellie asked of a student she saw. "Oh, that's Laszlo's mother," said Susie McGraw. "Her son's having trouble. She might pull him out. This school may be wrong for him. She's full of doubt." Ellie watched Miss Gatsky as she walked toward her car. She thought about how things were going so far, about Laszlo, and how he felt different and strange, and wondered aloud just what she could arrange. "I've got it," she said. "I'll ask him to play at my house or his after school ends one day." The next morning she walked up to him at his locker. "Would you like to come over and maybe play soccer?" Stunned, he said, "Please come to my house and play." So Ellie said, "Sure, I can. Let's pick a day." "How about Thursday?" he asked with a smile, a look that hadn't been on his face in a long while. They walked home from school with their books in their arms, passing meadows and fields and a couple of farms. They arrived at his door, greeted by his French poodle, and Miss Gatsky was there with a warm plate of strudel. As they munched on the pastry, they made quite a mess, and Laszlo said, "Do you know how to play chess?" Ellie said, "Yes, but I'm not all that great." "That's okay," he replied, and he soon said, "Checkmate." The afternoon ended and Ellie said, "This was fun." Laszlo just smiled and said, "Hey, thanks a ton for coming to my house and being my friend at a school in a town where I just don't fit in." At school the next day, the kid stopped her and said, "You were walking with Laszlo? Are you sick in the head?" Ellie paused and replied, "Now I know him, you see. Laszlo isn't that different from you and from me. He's terrific at chess. His mom's really sweet. Playing soccer, that guy doesn't have two left feet. He may look slightly strange, have an accent and stuff, but if you knew him, you'd like him. It wouldn't be tough." Mary looked at her friend and she thought for a while, and when Laszlo walked up, she gave him a big smile. "Hey, Ellie, hey, Laszlo, do you want to go play?" And they all walked outside on a beautiful day.
Remember, we are all connected and we all want to be liked.